Hello and welcome to the next edition of the Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Transformation Interview Series. I'm Dana Gardner, Principal Analyst at Inter Arbor Solutions, your host and moderator for this ongoing discussion on IT transformation and innovation and how that's making an impact on people's lives. Our next use case discussion focuses on an organization in Madrid, Spain called Mobile Experience. We're going to learn how they've been able to track the location precisely of individuals using mobile devices inside of large organizations like a museum, and then apply that to mobile experience, user experience in applications. So to learn more about how the implications for position inside of a building or a store or resort can all be used more effectively for business and user experience benefits, please join me in welcoming our guest. We're here with Alvaro Garcia-Hoth, Founder and General Manager of Mobile Experience in Madrid. Welcome, Alvaro.
Hi, thank you.
So tell us a little bit about Mobile Experience and how you've been able to work with a Wi-Fi provider like Aruba, now part of HPE, to provide this really unique and interesting location experience within a large building or campus.
Well, let me try to make a quick story. We start working for museums, and we saw that there were a lot of mobile applications for museums, but none of them were trying to help the visitor during their visit. So we decided we wanted to make that application for museums that helps you to have a better experience during the visit. And we designed this application without thinking about what was the technology available at that moment, okay? And when we make this design, we discovered that one feature that we may need, yes, was an indoor location system. And we make a deep research, and we try to find where we can have this location work properly. And after this deep research, we found Meridian and we found Aruba. They have a Wi-Fi location system like 2 years ago when we started working with them. And we implement this system, this Wi-Fi indoor location system in the museum. And it was working, but it was not working as we were expecting to work. So the user experience was not that good enough. But then appears the Aruba beacons, and they send us a package of beacons to try to see if we can keep quiet for a while with this new toy. And we deploy the beacons through the museum, and we discover that the system was working really, really fine with a really very good accuracy. We make the deployment in less than a couple of days in the whole museum, and that is about 150 beacons. And it really works, and the experience changed totally. And then we call Aruba and say, okay, guys, come to the museum to see how this is working, because you're going to really be amazed. And when they came to the museum and say, wow, after 18 months that we were working together trying to fix it, and now it is working. And so they decide to make a presentation for the media and other partners of the system. And from that moment, we start receiving requests for proposals for other industries like retail, hospitality, healthcare. I mean, there are hundreds of applications.
Mm-hmm. And what did the museums do at first when they were able to see what your technology could provide? How were they able to enhance the experience of their visitors through the museum using this technology?
For me, there are three very basic points. The first one is that they can prepare guided tours for those visitors, depending on their needs. Okay, so normally when we visit a museum, after a couple of hours we say, okay, let's go to grab a coffee or something, and we are done here. And you leave the museum without knowing if you have get all the information you have to, or if you are missing any piece of art there or piece of information there important, relevant. What we give the museum is the possibility of prepare those guided tours depending on the time you want to spend at the museum. So you came to for instance, the British Museum, given that we are here in London, and you decide, okay, I want to spend here 2 hours. And the application will show you the works that the museum think that that you cannot miss if you want to be there for 2 hours. The application will guide you in through the museum, like a GPS, like an indoor GPS, like in your car, but while you are working within a museum, and it will guide you through the 20 works you have to see in that museum, and they give you the information. And here it comes my second point, the information. It's different information we need, every one of us, when we are visiting a museum. Okay, for instance, as we came from Madrid, when you are visiting the Real Madrid Museum, it's different if you are 60 years old or if you are a 20 years old guy, because the information you want to see is very different. And with this application, we give the museum the opportunity to deliver that personalization of the information.
Right, and personalization is so important now that everyone is carrying a smartphone. It really changes how you can have an experience within a shopping mall, for example, or if you want to start doing commerce that's based on a little bit of demographic information. You could have something on sale for one person, but maybe not for another because it wouldn't be appropriate for them. And in healthcare, if you're in a hospital, a big campus, very easy to get lost. Lots of different ways that this can be used. What are the next steps? Where do you and Aruba and HPE Enterprise go in order to create perhaps a developer following for more applications and more ability to take advantage of this very precise location capability within almost any building?
Aruba and HP now, they are helping us a lot, and in this spreading the word in the desert. Okay, this technology is so new, and we are visiting very important customers. But when we start talking to them and we are talking about the beacons, say beacons. I've read something about beacons somewhere, but I want to do that. Get all the information from my users and from my visitors. Okay, no, I mean we can get some information from there, and this part of spreading the word and explain every customer what can be done and what can't be done.
Where can you go to get more information on this technology?
Where can you go? You can go to my website is mobileexperience.es, and then we have there a lot of information about different features that can be delivered for mobile users.
And how about developers? Are they able to use the Aruba SDK or APIs? How would the developers start to take advantage of this as a service?
Yeah, there are two different ways of doing this. They can go directly to the Aruba SDK and have that for them and build on that. And also they can come to us we have built an API. So if you already have your venue app, you can use our API so you can get all these features together.
Well, great. I think we'll have to leave it there. We've been learning about how internal use of Wi-Fi networks with beacons, the technology from Mobile Experiences and Aruba, a part of HPE Enterprise, are allowing for a whole new type of user experience and personalization level in such uses as museums, resorts, healthcare, and retail. So a big thank you to our guest. We've been here with Alvaro Garcia-Hoth, the founder and general director at Mobile Experience based in Madrid. Well, thank you so much, Alvaro.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
And a big thank you as well to our audience for joining us for this Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Transformation and Innovation interview. I'm Dana Gardner, Principal Analyst at Inter Arbor Solutions, your host for this ongoing series of HPE-sponsored discussions. Thanks again for listening, and come back next time.